is Oriandra. I'll help you get out of this place. You aren't frozen. You just think you are. You can move. You just need to remember how. Now remember your strength, your power. Take a weapon. Feel the weight in your hand. Now go, beyond the door. You need to see for yourself before I tell you more. You've been imprisoned in this mind trap by an entity called Katora. Its magic is powerful, but you're stronger than you know. It may appear beautiful, but it's an illusion. A trap designed to control you. Katora won't tolerate your resistance much longer.
Ha 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 ha! There is no escape. I will break you in time. Watch as I turn your own memories against you.
Defend yourself. In the mind trap, memories can kill you. Another one. Defend yourself and strike back. A magic user. Interrupt the spell and retaliate. Well done. With every memory that returns, your resistance grows stronger. Now follow me. I can't go any farther in this form. If Katora notices me, we'll both be lost. You need to reach the tower to escape the mind trap. I can't go with you, but I'll send messages to go. You can do this. You simply need to jump. It's the key to escaping this mine trap. Now destroy the pearl and wake up! Easy now. You did well. It gladdens my heart to see you awake and free, my friend. I am Oriandra, and I wear the cloak of the Sijic Order. I came to Somerset at the behest of our Rite Master, when I sensed a dark and powerful mind magic emanating from this area. When I noticed your predicament, take a moment to rest. But once you've shaken off any residual effects of the spell, I might require your assistance. And take this. I assume it belongs to you. It was near your unconscious body when I found you. I must return to the Eldbur ruins to the north and aid the others caught in Katora's mine trap. If you find yourself in the area, you might be able to assist me. Stay safe, and remember, you have a friend in the Sijic Order. I haven't isolated the source of the mind magic, except that the malevolent entity calls itself Katora. It imprisoned you in the mind trap in order to control you. But to what purpose, I have no idea. Whoever or whatever Katora is, it wields powerful mind.
Let the cat fight those monsters! I'm getting out of here! The island sprung a leak! Run!
Are those creatures newcomers? They're hideous!
Raz enjoys a good fight as much as the next guy, but these are horrible creatures. Five Claw, good to see you. Raz has a proposal if you have the time. Have you ever seen such creatures? Raz has not. Probably ominous. No, nothing of the sort. Ask some questions, determine the mood in Shimmerin, and see how the newcomers are faring. Rumors have reached the Queen, and Shimmerin serves as the arrival point for newcomers to the island. It's the perfect place to ask a few leading questions and determine what the people think of the Queen's decree. Raz would go, but many know his face, yes? Raz never saw such monsters in his life. They appear related to water, but this one tends to avoid this stuff. That pearl, though, Raz swears it was calling those creatures. A mystery for another time, perhaps. As a matter of fact, Raz made a list. All Newell. Shimmerin serves as the arrival point for newcomers to the island. As a matter of fact, Raz made a list. All Newell, a high elf artisan, spoke out. See what she complained about. Then there's Soxolza, a persecuted Argonian newcomer. Finally, Ranul. True, not enough syllables. Ranul's a Redguard, whose family has lived in Shimarin for generations. He's a well-respected trader, with a few Shimarin serves as the arrival. True, the divine prosecution. Raz never... All knew... True. Shimarin serves as the arrival point for newcomers. Raz never saw such monsters. As a matter of fact, Raz made it. All Newell complained about it. Something to do with monks and newcomer registration. Raz, true. The divine prosecution. Something to do with monks and newcomer registration. Raz is looking into that. Shimarin serves as the arrival point for newcomers. As a matter of fact, Raz made a list. All Newell complained about it. No. Raz doesn't want to prejudice your investigation. You will find out when you talk to her. The artists like to... Nothing at all. Unless you think they came to Somerset because of the Queen's decree. We need to confirm these rumors or else put... While you ask questions around...
A newcomer in the warehouse district. Unusual. But how can I help you today, my friend? The Divine? Who told you that? If a Justiciar sent you to try and trick me into confessing... No. The High Elves would never send a newcomer to perform such a task. But I admit it. I made my thoughts known. I arranged to bring my cousin here to work with me. The ship arrived, but all the newcomers were carted away. For questioning, they said. I complained to the kin lady and anyone else who would listen. And what has it gotten me? Nothing! Oh, my family has been here for generations and generations. Before the Queen's decree, outsiders might have been rare, but we were not unheard of. Our business has grown and gets better every day. That's why I sent for my cousin. We need the help. Somerset is a rare and beautiful jewel in the Abetian Sea. I love it here. The High Elves treat us like children, but they have never been hostile. The Queen's decree has stirred the waters, though. I fear it...
A fascinating application of the technique. Welcome. Are you here on mages? Yes, of course. We're lawkeepers across the face of Tamriel. Guild members seek out books, tomes, and ancient scrolls in their travels. Why don't you speak with me for a moment? Perhaps you... Always good to speak with another knowledge seeker. Guildmaster Vanus will be pleased. We're book hunters of a sort. We seek out new information, capture it in our libraries, and make copies for distribution across Tamriel. The Guild doesn't care about battlefields or boundaries, just knowledge and the acquisition of new tomes. We provide training in unique spells and abilities only available to members. And from time to time, projects crop up for those with an adventuresome spirit. You may end up working with the Guildmaster himself. Vanus Galarian, one of the founding members of this august body, still holds the proud title of Guildmaster, overseeing every guild hall in Tamriel. He works with other ranking members, such as Tellinger, the Artificer, to ensure our future success. We're always good to speak. We're book hunters of a sort. We are neutral in the war between the three alliances. When we're on guild business, we kneel to no king or queen. That's why you'll see members of... Excellent! You are now a student of the Mages Guild. Every book you find will now earn you...
find your own patch of beach. Not that you'd... An ultimate concept practiced widely here in Somerset. Alaxon is the state of perfection that every High Elf strives for. The path to Alaxon represents the approach we take to achieve that. I believe in caution as much as the next High Elf, but sometimes the rules get in the way of common sense. My apprentice lived here for more than a year. Good help is so hard to find, especially among the newcomers. And she was adept. They took her away. Said they had to scrutinize her qualifications, test her knowledge of culture and etiquette. But I haven't seen her since. My work suffers, so of course I complained to the monks. Now I have to gather my own shells. They told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the kin lady. But who has time for such bureaucracy? And for a wood elf? I've said too much. I have work to do, and all this aggravation has diverted my path. Perfection requires constant vigilance, so back to it. This is unheard of. Why have you closed the monastery?
Good people, I hear your concerns.
But the workers I hired, they were aboard the ship from Rivenspire.
Such anger. Raz never expected to hear such words from the Queen's loyal subjects. The sentiment isn't universal, but enough feel this way for Raz to be concerned. Sequestered, just a different word for imprisoned, yes. Ranul's cousin just arrived, but Old Newell's assistant has lived on Somerset since long before the Queen ever issued her decree. What about the lizard? What did Zoc Solza have to say? Why would the Aldar gather up newcomers and non-High Elf residents alike and send them to the monastery? Does the kin lady condone this behavior? Raz's head itches, and not in a good way. Our course is clear. Raz admires your enthusiasm, but this one needs you to enter the monastery on your own. Raz has other...
grown weak. I don't mean to forebode, but this little ode is a lesson you bear.
Divines, save me.
Eyes polished amber, hair swept like a common
Mara, help? An adventurer? Oh, praise you, Mara, for hearing my prayers. Please, newcomer. Yes, I'm sorry. The last time I saw him, he was agitated, scared. I asked him what was wrong, but he left without... No! He vanished! They say he escaped. Can you believe it? Why would he turn himself in only to escape a few hours? You have a perfect heart, newcomer. None of my neighbors would lift a... No! Ikentar treats us like family. Arathel is Ikentar's apprentice, you see? He was so proud when the attestation came through. He's been a bit withdrawn, though. I found some Aprax literature in his room, but it's just a fake. Right. You're new to the Isle. I apologize. Apraxic Mer are people who, for whatever reason, were expelled from the greater Elven community. Most Aprax labor for years to re-enter society. Others choose to remain in exile. Some do, yes. Treatises on class warfare, religious rumor has it that... You have a...
You there! I have a...
Did you see a golden knight? I have no idea what that was, and I'm not sure I want to know.
This manor is closed by order of the Divine Prosecution, so I'll keep this brief. Who are you, and what do you want? Aye, Surabane's ring, will I never be rid of that hen? Look, turning away grieving mothers brings me no satisfaction, but this situation is delicate. The Divine Prosecution does not lose prisoners. Ever. Certainly not frightened children like Arathel. Not here, clearly. You really do mean to track him down, don't you? Fine. When we took Arathel into custody, he was only carrying a handful of coin, a tin flute, and some kind of crude map. Our draftsman drew up a few copies for distribution to the bailiffs. They're stacked upstairs near the hearth. You can take one if you wish, with this condition. If you find something, you will bring it to my attention. So you would ask my name without offering your own? No, don't bother. I've grown to expect these clumsy troglodytic introductions. I am Talarian, Justiciar of Ramand. I oversee all matters related to bonds and incarceration here. Spilling wine on your vest at a dinner party is embarrassing. This is, frankly, There isn't a word in the common tongue for this. It is Braxiferas. Disgraceful on a scale you outsiders can't even imagine. That's a matter for the High Justiciar and the Sapiarchs. My only concern is returning him to custody. And time is up. It seems he escaped into the vaulted Halsorial. The sewer. Gods, what a hideous word. Anyway, he had help. That gaping hole in the wall is obviously quite new.
Sentry! Raz owes you for that game of cards and has come to pay.
Well, I don't recall any... You say I won some gold?
Don't you remember? Raz always pays his debts, and he always buys the drinks.
Gold and drinks? Well, my relief should be alongside.
No, not now, please. Your spiritual well-being can wait until after my nap. You'll have to ask one of the monks that the new Aldork brought with him. They deal with all the newcomer testing and evaluations. I'm just a simple monk. Again with the questions about the newcomers. Why do you care about the complexities of Altma bureaucracy? Still, if I had to make a guess, I'd say they were taking into the undercroft. You'll have to ask. Again with the monastery should...
this office, wouldn't you agree? I noticed you skulking around while I was engaged in some skulking of my own. I suppose we both came to the monastery. The sequestered newcomers. I came to find out what happened to a friend. I assume that's what brought you here as well? A house of worship shouldn't be used as an internment camp, and it shouldn't be locked to the public eye. Interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it. I find it intriguing and a bit disturbing. The sentry doesn't appear to have stopped you, so I could ask you the same question. Let's just agree that we both have our methods. Curious, but I feel that there's more going on in Shimmerine than the usual politics and That's the question, my cautious friend. We have a newly appointed Aldarch and a disgruntled kin lady, both opposed to the Queen's decree. What's their connection to the missing newcomers? A curious pearl. I wonder where the Aldarch acquired it.
You've got to the count of 3 to leave. 1...
Something's wrong down here. I sense magic. Vile magic. Cages? These people did nothing to deserve such treatment. There's someone alive over there. See if you can help her.
Thank the Divines! It's a nightmare! We came to Somerset to seek new opportunities. We barely stepped off the ship when they marched us to the monastery. Instead of the monks gathered them a few moments ago and took them through the door on the far side of the chamber. Please.
Is that a scoffin?
Setting me free.
A Daedra. Here? And that's a scoffin, if I remember my Daedric recitations correctly. Very curious. An excellent question, and one I hope to find the answer to. From the evidence before us, it appears this Nord killed the Scoffin before he succumbed to his own wounds. Good for him. I found this key up, then I suggest we pick up the pace. We need to determine... I'll explain everything later. For now, we need to hurry.
magic only affects those who have been prepared. But never fear. Your
Daedric
turn
cultists?
will come.
I'll deal with the Pearl. You hold off these creatures. The Pearl's magic attracts these creatures. Hold them off while I complete my spell. Come on, let's talk outside. Those poor people. This wasn't just about newcomers and opposing the Queen's decree. That was Daedric magic back there. I promised to explain what I know. I suppose that now's as good a time as any. I'm a member of the Sijic Oriandra is indeed a member of our ancient monastic society. We once served as advisors to the rulers of Tamriel, but that was before we removed our island home from the world. Now this threat has drawn us back. But why are you involved in all this? An Eye of the Queen? Interesting. I defused the... Living on Artaeum for a few centuries doesn't prepare you for physical activity. Let the Eye of the Queen know what we discovered, and I'll catch up with you later.